Cooking. Are you a cook? Do you cook?
I do.
You do? What's your favorite?
I'm this is again very much my personality. Like I will follow recipes, sometimes I will, but I like to just throw things together and like feel with my heart, to me it's all about the creativity.
Yeah.
So my grandmother was a huge cook. My mother was not. But my grandmother, who's my father's mother, was this balabusta, if you will, right? Like she's, that was her weekly duty, was to make this meal for my family every Friday night. We had Friday night dinners. And I think that you don't realize that you are picking up, but you pick up from your family what you see. She never had a recipe in her hand. She knew. It was like she used to say, you have to feel it. You have to, I tried to write her recipes down. I say, Bubby, we call her Bubby. Bubby, can you tell me how to make this, cholent, which is beans, and we'll talk about what that is later. But she was like, she'd have to it's a pinch of this and a little bit of that. And so I wrote these recipes that were really, they were incorrect because she didn't have, so none of us have her recipes, unfortunately. But I have learned that I think this is a life lesson, and I'm old, so this has something to do with my age, but the more that you place your heart into something, and that for sure goes with cooking, it's very rare that something turns out bad. It's when you second guess yourself and you worry and you're scared and you don't think you're going to do, it's that usually screws it up. So my husband thinks I'm funny because when I'm seasoning, I'm watching it and I'm and I feel it and I'm so he now says, all right, season, everything is seasoned. So I have become the griller, the cook. And so, yeah, I enjoy it. I'm a very decent, good cook. I'm not afraid of it. Everything I make is usually decent. I'm not a chef. Okay. I don't know how to cut things properly or chop or, I could use some chopping lessons and things like that, but I can throw things together.
Man, what you said was just so spot on, because I look back at certain things or certain points in my life where I was hesitant or wasn't 100% sure about something, and it had nothing to do with what was in front of me. It was just all in my head, and I just look back why was I so afraid of that? Why didn't I attack that like I knew I could? And that goes with everything across the board. If you attack it with love and you got your heart into it, it doesn't end bad.
It's really, that I totally agree. And it's really funny. That is the good thing that comes with age. There's a lot of good things that come with aging. And I think one of the best things that does is that you go through all the bullshit that you have to go through in order to weed out some of that stuff. Does it still come up? Do you still have times where you doubt and, you fear? Sure. But I'm at the stage now where I'm I don't got time for that anymore. Yeah. If it comes up, I'm literally I don't have time for you anymore. Yes. I'm I got things to do here. And so, but you have to get, now even when I'm training my daughter, if you will, I training because I'm sort of hoping that she'll grasp these things sooner than I do, knowing full well that she has to go through her own life experiences and then I cannot teach them to her, but hoping that maybe she'll catch on just a little bit sooner. I sent her the other day, and Reese Witherspoon actually put this on her Instagram, where she said the best piece of advice that she had was that other people's opinions of you are none of your business. It's none of your business. And I think so much of what you're saying, that doubt, well, what is it really about? It's what are they going to think? What rights do I have? Who makes me think I can do this? When John and I started this video stuff, it was this is so, I'm a real estate girl. Right? I've been in real estate for 25 years, and there's something to be said in that ego-based world of this is who I am, this is what I do. When we started this video thing, for years I was what do I think I'm doing? Why would I want to be on video? And now I say, you know what? I'm supposed to do this. Don't know why. Whoever's up there put this upon me. I don't got time to think about that anymore. But I'm telling you, it's It's hard.
It is super hard.
It's really hard.
But I used to tell John when I first started seeing you guys' content, I was like, was she ever a newscaster or was she ever on TV before? Like, you seem like very comfortable in front of the camera, very natural. Like, it doesn't seem like you're scared at all.
I am. I'm less scared than I used to be. I think, one thing that and maybe this is part of the ego too, right? Like, you sort of start to look at who you are as an individual and how you want to be portrayed, right? And I think what's most important to me, I know what's most important to me is relationships and how I connect with other people and how I leave that room. Like, I always want in my relationships, no matter who I'm meeting or what for, to leave that person with a smile, with feeling a little bit better about their day. I don't know why that was bestowed upon me. I think my grandmother was like that, and I think I have a lot of that quality. I'm the oldest grandchild, so I've already told you she affected me in these ways. She was like this beautiful, wonderful person. And for me, I do think about that. So I guess no matter who I'm talking to, even if I'm in front of the camera, like, I'm always hoping to come across real, show you exactly who I am, which could be scary sometimes, and funky and weird. But also I hope it to be, something that lifts people up a little bit. And so I'm conscious about that. And that probably is why I look like I'm not nervous, even though I'm totally nervous.
Scared to death.
Scared to death. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's funny because the only reason that I ever thought to start video was because my husband challenged me to it. He said, "You're supposed to do video." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" He said, "I'm just telling you, you need to be on video." This is for real estate, by the way. At the time, it was to carry upon my career and kind of push it out there. And I was like, "I don't know what you're talking about." Before I knew it, he set up like a little spot camera in our office, and he set me up like this little studio, and he's like, "I want you to practice." And I still don't know. I don't think he knows why he said that to me, but I was like, "All right, challenge taken." I knew John, thank God. So we started, but I'll say this too, and I really have to give credit where credit is due. My creative partner, John Lambert, who is behind the scenes but really deserves to be in front of the scenes more than he is truly my creative partner in life. Like, I believe we were put into each other's lives to create together. It's not an independent thing. Like, together we're better. I hope you'll say the same thing. And so I feel really comfortable with him. Like, John knows me, good, bad, ugly. I've cried to him so many times. I've screamed at him. I mean, he knows me. And so when you're with somebody that you feel like is not judgmental of you and that, loves you either way and vice versa, there's a lot of love between us and we have a lot that we want to conquer in this world together. That has been huge too. So having him, I don't know if I'd feel as comfortable if it was just some camera guy that I didn't know. It's him, he helps.
Yes.
Right?
So
you sharing that?
John has been a lifesaver for me.
He's the best.
Man.
He's the best.
He knows every camera back and forth. If he doesn't, he's like, let me do some research on that. And he'll go back and he'll research it. Dante, we could do this, we could do that. I'll show you how to do this. I'm like, man, it's so vital in this content thing to have somebody who is knowledgeable so you can focus on the actual in front of the camera stuff.
Absolutely.
Because I've had some when I was in California and I was pursuing comedy, I was trying to do camera work, figure out that, and be on camera. And and
you had to be funny.
Yes, it was a pain. It was like a pain. So, man, shout out to all the camera people out there that are behind the scenes.
Shout out to all the behind the scenes people that nobody could do anything without.
Thank you for tapping in with us. In order to see more clips like this, check out this video here or check out this one here.